Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another brand new episode of Untitled Nonsense. My name is George Bonner. I'm joined, as always, by Mr. John Epling. John, how are you tonight, sir? You're like 6 feet away from the microphone. Nobody can hear you.
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking.
This is going to be a weird fucking show. I have a feeling.
I'm not very good at
it. Is this like Andy Kaufman with the foreign activity minutes? And Mr. Rob Sackett. Rob, how are you? So, been a busy fucking week, huh?
Yeah.
In the news, a lot going on.
A lot going on.
First off, France imploded. France is imploding.
Yes, it is. Proving that not all French are cowards, so fuck all of you people.
Right.
We're losing things of so much value. Poor France.
You shut your mouth.
I don't know, man. Like,
some of the most beautiful art in the world is in France.
As much as we shit on them, France is a living piece of history.
What are you talking about? I'm being completely sincere. It's very rude. Don't laugh at me. You asked me to come onto this show.
Did you just go full robot? You asked me to come onto this show. How may I help you? I'm afraid I can't do that, Josh.
This is the Portal episode.
I just want to thank you guys for explaining all of my jokes.
Hey, whoa, don't blame me. Only he was the Explainosaurus Rex over there.
We'll get into the dinosaurs later. Hold off on that. So in France, within the course of 2 days, first off, a bunch of taxi drivers all across France rioted, flipping cars, the whole bit, literally rioting because Uber came to France.
Because Uber basically kills their business.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but it's capitalism.
So finally, France is willing to fight back against something German.
Bro, to be fair,
come again, not again, you fucking German.
To be fair, France did fight back against Germany. They just really misallocated their resources horribly.
Fair enough.
I guess now they're seeing their second chance.
Yeah, they're like,
enough of our history till I repeat it.
We're not starting resistance again, god damn it. We're just doing it right from the start. We're done.
They come in with the gas chamber.
Why are you being Italian?
What we need is to resurrect.
I've never met a French person.
we had French exchange students one summer.
Hi, John. You ever think about my real last name?
Part French doesn't mean French. Get out of here.
No, he means French from France.
That explains why you give up on life so easily.
No, French Canadian. That explains why I like hockey.
Hockey is just beards for men who like ice dancing.
Yeah, that's why jugulars get cut. And fights the whole time, all that stuff. Yeah, you're right. No. Let's watch football. That's much manlier. Dudes in spandex.
Yeah, but in Canada,
smacking each other's asses after every play.
In Canada, they apologize after. That's gay.
Literally every single play, the entire point starts around some dude sticking his hands right up underneath some other guy's junk. That's a core fundamental of football.
Never played a little slap ass with a bro?
I'm just saying.
It's much more manly.
Hey, listen, everyone knows about bro jobs. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Listen, don't be a shitlord. There's nothing wrong with being a homo. All right? But apologizing? Fuck that shit. Fuck you, Canada.
Canadians are polite, and they're punished for it.
We don't apologize when we get into fights. We tell people that's our freedom to do stuff.
They don't apologize after fights.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do.
Why are they still friends then?
They're not friends. They're on other teams.
I don't watch hockey.
It's not the Care Bear League. They don't all just hug and like skate around the rink in a big circle holding hands at the end of the game. Like, good game, everybody. We had fun. Happy times, let's go. And then they just glide out of the rink.
I'm sorry, I've only been to an arena with ice skating once, and it was for an ice skate.
What would Wayne Gretzky's Care Bear stare be?
Wayne Gretzky's Care Bear stare would be winner. It'd be the greatest of all time.
It'd be hat trick.
His thing would just be an empty net on his stomach.
And so yeah, in France, the other thing that happened, just this next day, in one area of France, ISIS came in and said they were taking over that part of France, raised the ISIS flag, beheaded a leader there, and put his head on a fucking fence.
Yeah.
Where?
In France.
Yeah. As soon as the riot started, ISIS showed up and fucking like state claimed to a territory like, all right, this is our part now.
Old school fucking medieval vibe.
Yeah.
Like, we own this place now.
Well, that makes you wonder how the riot get decided. Maybe they were waiting for it then. They knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, they probably waited, and because everyone knew when Uber was coming.
And that means
I'm sure they just waited.
That means that ISIS has propagandists that spread that kind of shit to get people riled up.
You don't think they have agent or you just now think they have agent provocateurs?
I'm just saying.
The CIA created them. They're pretty good.
Like, this is now legitimate proof. There's no denying it.
Oh yeah, you can't. With that series of events, there's no denying.
That also means that if this organization has it, other organizations need to have it. So it's believable that Mossad, CIA, all of them have entire presences online whose entire purpose is to make people see things the way they want them to see.
Every country has troll squads.
My understanding is that ISIS is essentially.
So, do you think it's healthy for you to be spending this much time on Reddit, Josh?
Absolutely. Because I get it from all sides. I go to our conspiracy and I go to our news. I go to fucking...
What makes you think it's not all the same side, Josh?
Thank you for your stunning report, Captain Poll.
I'm just saying. There's a whole reality out there.
Do you ever think you're only getting one side on Poll?
I don't go to Poll. I go to nature. I don't spend time on the internet anymore. I can't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
I sit there, I look on there, but I don't listen to anything they're saying. I think they're a bunch of crazy assholes. I don't listen to that stuff. What I post on your Facebook page is not my beliefs. I do that because it's what you want me to do.
What?
All the articles I post on the Untitled Facebook page. Yeah. Those aren't my personal beliefs. That's current events.
So you don't share your personal beliefs on there?
No, because I'm a very, balanced person. Otherwise, it wouldn't be entertaining.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
Doesn't that make you into a troll squad yourself?
Well, yeah, whatever.
Doesn't that make you part of the propaganda machine?
Yeah.
For shame.
That's why
I thought you were better than that, John.
That's why I know everyone else does it, but it's a tool, and my way is better. My way will teach you.
You're a tool, all right.
I will teach people to be self-sufficient.
You're still working on that plan to survive only off of cum, aren't you?
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Survive without it.
I have a serious question. Josh, why do you keep licking the microphone?
I'm not licking the microphone.
John, you saw him lick the microphone like 4 times so far, right?
Well, like 2.
I haven't licked the microphone once.
Dude, you lean over to it, you grab it, and you just do like this soft caress along the side of it.
Have you tasted your microphone?
No. Why would I taste my microphone? You probably licked this one too.
Oh my God, what the fuck? No, stop.
Oh, so one troll squad can be okay. But the other one cannot.
That's not. What are you doing?
Tricking him into thinking that he licked the microphone.
No.
He believes it now. Look at him. He's
what are you doing with your life?
Thinking, what's that taste like?
What are you doing with your life?
I don't know. I'm here with you.
Fair enough. That's a fair point.
Yeah, that was a bad question to go for.
At this moment in time, you are correct. Possibly at a different time.
Yeah, I would have saved that question for a time when we weren't doing your show. What are you doing with your life?
Our show.
No, you're the host.
I'm gonna throw an empty bottle at you. I swear to God.
You're the host.
I'm gonna throw a bottle of liquor and then I swear.
Wait, hang on. I'll make
It's okay. You break the mirror behind him and then I just get in trouble with the mister.
That's right. It would break the mirror, and it would be your fault.
See? You don't understand strategy, Josh. You gotta throw it at the table right in front of him so it shatters and bounces up. Like shrapnel.
No, because that could end bad.
He's got a full beard. Like
I'm safe. All I gotta do is go like, and I'm like, mortality.
His face has a flak jacket. Like it's.
Yeah, but that way no one gets hurt. The point gets across, it'll break the mirror.
No, because see, I'm gonna be leaning back like Neo, walking parts.
Well, don't lean back because then actually, you know what? Do lean back. It'll get you right in the jugular.
No, because the beard's gonna protect the.
There's a lot in there still. Don't make it an empty one.
What's that one up there?
Limited edition. It only comes out like during the fall.
Really?
Yeah.
So it is.
So I stock up on my pumpkin stuff during the fall. I am
a white girl.
I am a white girl.
And yet you've never made me a pumpkin pie.
You never asked.
How many years have we been friends?
You never asked.
1, 2.
You've never asked.
I never made you. You know, I used to make them with swords. Like I had swords, so I just get pumpkins.
I know you've told me. You told me this story. Because what'll happen is I'll buy a pumpkin because I love pumpkin pie. I'll get a pumpkin pie around October usually. I'll get one for myself. And every time John will tell me this story about the time he would chop pumpkins in half with a sword and then make pumpkin pie. He'd be like, "I've never made you a pumpkin pie." And I'm like, "No, John, you never made me a pumpkin pie." Every year.
And when you were done, did you don your fedora and look at your handiwork?
He had it on before he got it.
No, I donned a spoon and I cleaned that shit out.
I do love making.
It's just, what do you want to do? Do you want to spend 10 minutes cutting through that, or do you want to take a sword and be like,
fuck
that. You know what's more fun? No, you go Mad Max on it, all right? You put a condom on, and then you start gluing razor blades to the bottom of the condom, and then you just slam your dick into it.
All right, well, not all of us had Ginsu blades or paper machetes or whatever to cut these open. Some of us only had a dull kitchen serrated knife. So
did you see the one the mistress did for me last year? The Leslie Vernon one. She did a Leslie Vernon jack-o'-lantern for me.
Oh, no, I was really worried you were saying she did the razor condom for you. I was gonna say that's dangerous. That's like fighting terror with terror if you went to Vietnam.
So over here stateside this week, it's been busy as well, very busy. It's been a bad week for rednecks.
It has not been a good time for them.
No,
it is not.
Honestly, it hasn't really ever gone.
Yeah.
I guess the whole racism thing was a pretty good time for them.
Yeah, slavery was a good time.
They had a good run. They had a real good run.
Did, but
it's over.
Get the hell out of our way. It's time for video games and fun. And gay sex. Why not?
Yeah. Just a couple of guys hanging out, playing some video games, messing with their joysticks. It's all fun.
It's not gay if it's stress relief. 2015. It's not about homophobia. It's friendship.
Yesterday was a day of much butt sex.
That's how you build trust.
It is true. Yeah, there was much celebratory butt sex.
Yeah. Yesterday, a lot of people's assholes got loosened. And meanwhile, the bigots' assholes tightened.
You're turning something beautiful into something dirty.
Yesterday, strap-on sales went through the roof.
Through the roof. Everyone was like, "We got to do anal to celebrate today." June 26th, National Anal Day.
Lesbian bedroom death did not come into play yesterday.
Anal and scissoring.
Yesterday, the Supreme Court of the United States of America ruled that gay marriage is legal in all 50 states. None of this waiting for each state to decide they're going to do it bullshit. The Supreme Court's like, fuck you people, just let it happen.
Well, wait a moment, Josh. I thought the Supreme Court didn't have jurisdiction over moral matters. And also, what about the 10th Amendment?
They don't have jurisdiction over moral matters.
I don't think gays should be allowed to be married because the system I wanted to tell me didn't tell me it.
What was it your friend was saying, how the Republic is dead now and shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think these idiots understand this isn't a moral matter. This is strictly for tax purposes.
Yeah, that's been my whole gripe about it. Is there are legitimate benefits that come with being married. Like, if, say, a gay couple who wasn't married, if one of them got into an accident and was in a coma, the other one would have serious issues trying to visit them, things like that.
Let alone making decisions for them if they couldn't make it for themselves.
And there are a lot of situations like that I don't think people who are opposed to it are really thinking about.
There are a lot of situations like that where the parents of these people would not have their best interests at heart to be making the decisions for them
because
they don't accept them.
Like, God forbid you're a gay person from the Bible Belt and you go into a coma. That is probably unplugging you.
The plug's the
plug. Unplug them.
Yep. I guess God made the queer. Unplug him.
It's just funny the logic they use for all that, right? And what they say that abortion shouldn't be allowed because it's not the moral thing to do. You should want to raise a child, right? Okay, so does that mean for the ones that are in positions where they're not able to raise the child, you're going to put the bill and help them into a better life so they can do so because it's the moral thing to do?
Exactly.
That you should be obligated to pay extra taxes to support them because it's the moral thing to do.
Actually, I think Bible welfare, what is the term? Bible welfare, something like that. It's the one, like the religious nut jobs who pay, like Bristol Palin, all those people money because of their religious stances and all that shit. It's the same thing that they take a jab at on Orange is the New Black with Kentucky, how Kentucky gets her money. Yeah, that's that sort of organization. I think they technically will help those women that keep their baby because if they write them and say it's because
they have to jump through flaming hoops.
Right. Yeah. It's not presented for them. It's just like, hey, if you abuse the system, you can get the help from it.
Yeah.
If you do these specific steps that you never would have found out unless you went searching for it like Nicolas Cage.
But better than abortion, let's talk about the one that a lot of them really are voicing as part of why they're upset. This opens the floodgates for incest marriages, bestiality marriages, and what's the other one?
Polygamy.
Yeah,
the polygamy is so fucking slippery.
Like, now that the gays is getting married, my buddy Spike's gonna marry his dog Dudley.
Yeah, that's right, because you have all those taxes you need your dog to help you pay, so you go and get married to it. I mean, I'm sure there are going to be people out there like,
wait. The dog is named Dudley, but the guy is named Spike.
Yeah. Spike Dudley. He was a wrestler back in the...
That seems kind of backwards.
No, Spike Dudley was a wrestler back in like the 80s.
That relationship, clearly it was meant to be.
You know what? I don't have a problem with polygamy, if I'm being honest.
I don't either.
As long as they can support each other, as long as it's not,
Right, you enable it, and then you regulate it. Like, you can do whatever you want, but you got to meet these criteria first, because you're not fucking up our world.
And
you don't have this X amount of income, like, you can't take on another wife.
Or, other criteria that it's just income, and as well as you can pass this test, like emotional awareness test, things like that. It's like, hey, when someone's crying, is it normally make?
Because I know polyamorous people who are
perfectly
happy. Like, I like Laura, for instance. I had talked to Laura fair amounts about like the polyamorous lifestyle and stuff because I was curious.
No, they're a different mindset.
But they seem genuinely to care about all the people they're with. Just it's a different dynamic, but it's genuine.
And
it's not unhealthy inherently.
If you look back into older societies, especially Greek and Roman societies, they were into all that stuff too, and their societies didn't fall apart because of that. They fell apart when they got the mentality that they were invincible.
Some people it's better for in the long run because they have that support system that they need.
Right.
Some people it's just what they need.
Each path is different, so everyone finds that acceptance from different things.
It's not all about sex, honestly, all the time.
Right.
It's from my experience. I've actually been in those circles, and I still am. And
that's why there used to be healers and stuff that use that as a healer.
But we don't have to worry about bestiality though, because I feel like that's always going to get shot down under the grounds of the animal can't consent.
No consent whatsoever.
There's no consent possible.
There would be just with the prostitution, like the Old West was built on prostitution. People wouldn't have been able to bear that life without having someone be like, here's $10, just take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
People did it, and it wasn't this terrible thing that destroyed humanity. It's a tool. It's all about how you use it. You just have to make sure you know how ways to divide who's misusing tools and who's not.
I don't know how we got to that tangent. I don't know how we went talking about bestiality, incest, and polyamory to the hookers.
He was saying how like sex isn't just about the sex.
Oh yeah.
Polygamy and polyamory.
Like
it's regular in like most of the stories you'll read about. Most of them in the Western times they wanted to lay with the woman.
Yeah, like it's a mental health thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a literal profession of healing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like if you think about how the taverns were set up back then, it wasn't like you go into a room, there's a hooker in there. It was like it was a bar and a club at the base level. It's a club. They're going and basically
compare it to
they're meeting and dating
in Orlando.
It's basically like a fake like dating service where they would go there and these women are automatically going to accept them.
Mm-hmm. But women shouldn't be allowed to sleep with multiple people because that makes you a beta male. And that makes her a whore.
I'm sorry, did you swallow a red pill before we started the show?
But if you can't get people to do what you control them to do, then you're a beta. You can't get whatever you want, then what good are you?
You have to use emotional and psychological manipulation, otherwise you're a beta. I read that you at one point you lent me the book The Game.
Yeah.
I read it. It's all a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, it works.
It does work.
Because it works if you want to get laid, but it doesn't work for a relationship.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Is it works on that simple.
It works as opening a door
and start conversation. But that's the thing. Those are the kind of girls that want that. They want a nice guy to sleep with and then move on.
But it's all about being somebody that you're not, so that you can get laid.
Well, that's the only way.
It depends how you read it.
They don't know. They just want to find these girls, have sex with them, and move on. And
you gotta. The whole point. A lot of them even take on a different name. The whole point is being flashy, being something other than yourself, so that you can attract their attention.
Yeah, but they do the same thing. Like there's a lot of women out there that.
Yeah, you ever seen most women without makeup?
Yeah, that too. It's all about being someone they're not, so they can attract them.
I don't necessarily think.
Woke up to some real horror stories, boy.
The girls don't go out to clubs with different names. Like, you know what I mean?
A lot of women give different names and different numbers.
Yeah, there are that won't give their real name or real number on the first go.
Or if you're just going to someone else's house to bang them, I'm not giving you my name. Give you a fake name.
Like
I'm never going to see you again.
Your trust issues are hilarious.
There's a whole society out there like
I'll put my dick in you. You don't need to know my name. I don't want to know your name. All I want, bang, bang, bang.
Those priorities.
The thing is, that's why that book exists. Is people think like, oh, all these women want a relationship. I'm offering it to them. Why are they responding to me? They don't. They just want a nice guy that wants to fucking move on.
But that's the thing. If you're playing this role, you're not a nice guy.
It depends as long as you're up front.
You're playing a nice guy.
Not if you're actually nice.
But that's the thing. If you have to say, I'm a nice guy, why don't I get laid? You're not a fucking nice guy.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying that's why the book's made. That's why it's called The Game.
In regards
to the game, because they don't understand it.
Look at it as it's essentially a tool. Like any tool, like John said, it's how you use the tool.
I couldn't.
When I read it, how I interpreted it was a writer taking a very entertaining stance to telling people to accentuate the more entertaining or exciting parts of themselves to garner attention, and how to break the ice with people.
I don't even think that's true, because they're talking about like, oh, go get a feather boa. I would never wear a feather boa. It doesn't matter. Go.
It says things like that as examples, though.
But that's using those as examples. That's the whole foundation of the thing, though.
But see, the whole thing it's teaching, though, is when it's saying like get those flashy things. You can read like it's a writer being entertaining about basically saying dress nice.
But that wasn't the writer saying that. That was the person that he was following, his advice that he was giving. Because
we are to believe.
Right, he taught him peacock.
It's a goddamn writer writing a book that wants to sell copies. He's gonna make it entertaining.
This is the actual pickup artist community. There are communities like this all over the internet that use these tactics.
He also didn't say
documenting these tactics. It's like Hunter S. Thompson. He is right. It's a gonzo book.
I do not believe it is. It is just some undercover journalism thing.
It is.
I just don't buy that.
It was embellished.
He did not say dress flashy. He actually went a little deeper than that. He said dress to your environment. You want to dress to be noticed. That's what he said specifically.
Right. So he's telling him go get a pink cowboy hat and a feather boa.
What?
Fucking.
No, he's saying dress
he's
like.
telling him like if you're going out to like a bar, you want to dress appropriately, but you want to dress above everyone else. So if you think everyone's going to be in there like t-shirt and a button-up shirt, then wear a suit.
Or if everyone's going to be there in a t-shirt,
I saw in that book.
Wear a nice shirt.
I read in that book him recommending them go get feather boas.
He does those. Those are
the humiliation tactics to wear down there. That was actually the part of the book. He said he did it so he could be laughed at. That was that part where he makes them get humiliated to break down their ego, so that way.
This is just like Jurassic World.
No,
you're just not paying attention enough.
I am paying attention.
Missing details.
After that part, he went on to talk about how apparently there's classes you can pay him for. It's like $500, and they'll go out there and just humiliate you over and over again to the point where you're not afraid of the rejection anymore.
I just read it as
about. I swear to God.
I read it as a cleverly disguised help book that's essentially a dating help book for dummies, but more its entire focus to me, it was a comedy book.
I looked it up.
It was funny as fuck.
A bunch of stuff committed to rejection, desensitization, whatever that was.
Well, yeah, didn't they have a show for the pickup artist thing once?
Yeah.
And that was like one of the things they do right away is make them do stupid shit to get embarrassed.
Yeah, there's an entire pickup artist community, and they're all a bunch of very scummy people.
Generally.
The pickup artist community
but I mean,
are
of course,
a bunch of scumbags.
Disregarding that.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm not all terrible, etc. Like, it is, like, people who can manipulate generally see a means to get what they want versus the people who see a means to help people feel better about themselves.
I don't even think it's this, like, because I got, when it comes to, like, a self-confidence boost and that kind of thing, I got a lot of that from Patrice, listening to Patrice O'Neill, and he doesn't deal with pickup artist stuff. He just goes with logic.
I don't know, because what's the difference between a sociopath and a behavioral psychologist? A degree.
Done.
I'm just saying, like, it's a tool, good or bad.
Wow. Fucking Tom Cruise over here. Fucking all he has been doing all night has been bashing psychiatrists and psychiatry.
I'm just saying that they're not.
He's not trying to get you to pay him for midichlorians.
I don't think there's a godhead of behavior that people see them as.
I think that what little information that we do have about the way the brain works, they have. I think that.
Yeah, I believe that too. I believe, however, they interpreted it the same way people ever interpreted the Bible.
Now, the third thing that people who are upset about gay marriage are worried is going to happen is incest marriages. Yeah. I have a plan to stop that, though. Anytime it comes to a vote, I'm going to take them the Game of Thrones books, and all the judges have to read them. It's the story. No, it's the story of how an incestuous relationship tore an entire kingdom apart.
Because it was that good.
No, it was because it was that wrong.
Because it was that good.
Nope, that wrong.
That's why it's that wrong.
Nope, that wrong.
Because nothing that good can legally.
Nope, because it was bad. Look, this will ruin our country. Here's Game of Thrones. Read it. It'll prove it. Next thing we know, our president's going to marry his sister. Boom, we're screwed. Oh, no, our first lady's going to marry her brother. Boom, we're screwed. That's going to be, whenever it happens, that's going to have to be the case you go with. The first lady at that time has a brother. It's not going to work as well if not. I'm going to have to go for like a cousin or something, and that's harder to sell.
The first incestuous marriage, Obama's daughters.
Great, now we're going to kill them away.
No, it'll probably be Bristol Palin's kid.
I'm gonna have the FBI knocking on my door after you leave. You fucking prick.
Oh, okay. He found us out. Get him.
Oh, damn it. They know. President Obama, we apologize. Some guy guessed it. He guessed that we only did the gay marriage thing so that we can do incest marriages for your kids. Oh, God.
He guessed playing Sigma. Burn the building.
Swarm them.
President Obama, sir, Fat Joker knows your plans.
This is the reality we live in. Oh, my God.
So so they passed that yesterday, but before that, earlier in the week, like all during the week, there was a whole
Confederate flag
thing about the Confederate flag. So many people are so fucking stupid.
And it's going to keep popping up because now everyone is aware of what the 10th Amendment means for once in their life. And so that's popping up everywhere, basically saying that the government has no rule over the state.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they get to fly a treasonous flag.
Yeah, but it's going to be about 6 months of everyone debating it before conclusion is come to. That's how humanity works.
or 10 years.
What do you think they're going to pass through in the time that we're debating that?
Hopefully legalization of weed.
Yeah, hopefully. And everything else. I don't know.
Come on, you want to distract us from something terrible? That's the next step, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Come on, do whatever you want. Just give me my drugs.
Make it seriously, all they have to do is legalize it and make it National Smoke Day. And I guarantee you, that day they could do whatever they wanted. Legalize it on get all the places set up to open on 420. Do whatever you want on 420. No one's noticing.
The entire country, the smog level would look like downtown
We're gonna look like China. Yeah,
it would be.
Just imagine if, like, instead of like this whole gay marriage thing, President Obama tried to do this first, and so he starts like, "Oh, just call me President Dank Nugs," and he starts dropping weed out of helicopters. Drugs, everybody, turn off the TVs for today. Get away from media.
be like,
you don't want to know about any of this shit. Trust me.
I think one of the Trailer Park Boys actors was the one that posted it. I saw. But it was like on 420 in one of the major cities in Canada.
Yeah,
I think. And
I want to say Toronto.
I think it was Toronto too. But you could just see
they all camped out in front of City Hall and all this mall in front of City Hall.
It was so huge.
Oh fuck!
For shame.
It was empty anyway. I was.
Yeah, I hope it was, because that was mine.
Shame.
I was filling up the last time.
Shame.
I know.
Shame. 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 Party foul. It's gonna need this.
Yeah, you can finish that.
What was the one on the counter though?
Oh, that's birthday cake. Birthday cake vodka.
Can I try a little birthday cake vodka?
Just a little bit. It's not mine.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, so now that we got that fixed, I dropped something.
And he should be very ashamed of him.
The ball.
There wasn't anything in there.
It's not about that. It's about what you did to our hearts. When that happened, our hearts dropped to the floor with it.
You're gonna clean up all the blood and shit, right?
No. That's on you. That was John fake laughing in the background because the joke wasn't good.
Yeah, thank you for explaining everything I do.
Well, they couldn't hear it. You were very far away from your microphone.
You are pretty far from
it doesn't hear you if you lean backwards in your chair.
Who cares? Explain it. Maybe it wasn't for them. Maybe that was for us.
Well, now it's theirs. How's that make you feel? What is that?
Betrayed is how it makes me feel. And this is water flavoring stuff inside of water.
Oh.
I would offer you some, but you're a betrayer. Judas.
How am I Judas? He was the one that dropped it. He's Judas.
Tell them how I'm drinking my water so they can have that too.
Yeah, he's taking a sip. It was a very tiny sip. You put the cup down.
He does sip like a little baby bird.
It's called conserving.
Yeah, that's how you hydrate properly.
Fucking Republican.
You ever notice how animals drink? Same way.
I hope that the comparison on this is not lost on you. You getting upset at me for taking small sips. Like, what do you mean you eat a cheeseburger in more than one bite?
Yeah, I can do a piece of pizza in 3.
Wait, what?
I've done a piece of pizza in 3 bites before.
Why? You're not even really enjoying it.
Because it was a race. It was a thing.
Who were you racing?
It was a youth group thing a long time ago.
So your youth group promoted obesity.
Oh yeah, all the time.
You heard it here, folks. New Hampshire youth groups cause obesity.
Hey, Jesus loves a fat and happy kid because a fat and happy kid doesn't ask questions.
A fat and happy kid will never revolt.
If you give me candy, like that's okay, I believe you.
It's like, you want to be Christ-like or you want to be delicious? Whoa.
They got a plan for you already. It's oatmeal pie vodka.
All right. Don't tell them my weaknesses. Thank you, please.
Oatmeal cream. They make oatmeal cream pie vodka.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, if they had oatmeal cream pie vodka, I would probably be an alcoholic.
Yeah, that would.
See, I think Star Crunch vodka would be.
Like,
Have you ever had the peanut butter ones? No. They make a peanut. It's 2 peanut butter cookies with peanut butter cream in the middle.
No, yeah, I've had those. They're too much.
Vodka?
No, cookies.
They're just peanut butter cream pie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because peanut butter vodka would be pretty
Too
good.
much.
I've shown it to you before. It's a little Debbie thing. The mistress will be back a little bit later for some more.
Oh my God, peanut butter vodka.
Angel Shooter. We're finally getting back to Angel Shooter.
No, that would be gross.
No, I think peanut butter drink. It's like hot chocolate, but it's peanut butter. And it's gross.
All right, I need to test this one day.
You know what would actually probably be really good? Like a liquor, like a vodka that's peanut butter flavor that tastes like peanut butter, with like a chocolate drink to chase it down. Oh, that'd be so
They make
good.
chocolate liqueur too.
Yeah, I know, but that's not as good as like drinking peanut butter and then chasing it down with chocolate.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate anything. Except people.
Chocolate dicks, Rob.
No, I clarified. Just you heard me. I prevented that. I said except people. I knew where you were going to go, and I stopped you. I predicted it.
What if it's no longer living?
No.
You know what'd be really good? Like Kahlua with coffee milk.
I don't know. That might be
Kahlua
good.
Already makes.
That might be good.
Ooh,
No, there's this really good coffee milk syrup up in that you can get up in New England.
We can get it here.
Crazy.
I've seen it here.
We can get it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't there still New England shop in downtown?
No, it's at the Publix right over here on Babcock. They actually have a lot of really cool stuff there. But they have coffee syrup there.
Noted.
And linguiça.
Ooh. Noted.
Yep, you can tell you're in New England.
I tried to make my own linguiça pizza, but it had been so long since I had made one that I didn't use. I put like the amount of linguiça you would put if you were putting like sausage on it, which I forgot with linguiça. The amount of linguiça you put is the amount of cheese you put.
Yeah, exactly. Because
it's essentially another entire layer.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that, so it wasn't that great.
No, it really wasn't. You couldn't really tell there was much linguiça on it. Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah. Thankfully, I ate most of the linguiça while I was getting it ready.
But anyway, yeah, gay marriage is legal all over now. There are a ton of pictures floating around of a bunch of old people getting married and kissing.
We talk about linguiça, sausage, and you immediately think about gay marriage?
It's quite a segue.
But what happened while all of this was happening?
Trans-Pacific Partnership sailed through.
So why is that bad?
Why is what bad?
Well, here's the thing. The Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement is going to allow China now to have more of a direct access to our markets. The thing is, all these companies like Louis Vuitton, things like that have these $500 handbags, what is it that China loves to do? They love
rip them
off and sell that to who? The low-income public, the $500 handbags for $30. So now that all those low-income people are going to be fighting over the fake knockoff items for super cheap instead of going after the super expensive stuff that no one's going to care about anymore. I think that's gonna.
Wasn't there something in there about corporations being able to go after the government for what they consider lost wages?
Yeah, but the thing is, it works both ways. And do you really think that China's not going to be the first one to figure out how to abuse that system?
In what way?
To the point where they could sue our government for not paying their workers the correct wages, considering we owe them how much money?
I don't think it'll go that way, though. They know what side their bread is buttered on.
The thing is, we have way too many companies that
we need China as much as China needs us.
The thing is, we're not that superpower we used to be anymore. No, we don't have the pull we used to. We owe them way too much money for them to care about it anymore, and that we're not the marketplace we used to be anymore.
We are very powerful military-wise. We are very powerful military-wise.
The thing is, if they have that free range of trade with everyone else, if they can.
They just have more people than
because
us.
Because what would they do? They would just they wouldn't be able to sue us for money because we already owe them too much. They'd sue us for agreements.
I'm fairly confident if we ever fucked with China, they would crush our entire economy electronically.
Yeah, well, no.
Their cyber warfare department is guaranteed to be incredible.
They're catching fucking hackers all the time, and there's still more.
They're going to crush our economy through trade once the agreement opens up.
Mm-hmm.
So is this going to be more devastating than NAFTA, do you think?
Most likely, yes. I don't think that they see it coming on, so I think it's going to be great for those of us who want to break free from that, the horrible, mindless, pleasure-seeking drones out there that spend all their money on this stupid crap. I think it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt the middle and the upper class real hard.
You think it's going to hurt the middle and upper class?
Yeah, but mainly because it's going to hurt, because we're used to living with a lot less. That's why it's not going to hurt us as bad, is because it's going to drop most people down to a point where they're just living like us.
I think corporations are going to be suing governments a lot more than the other way around.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be the U.S. corporations that are
Yeah, they will. The banks?
Because I think this is the day China has been waiting for the whole time, because we have all of those companies over there with Chinese workers working for them. So now that they open up all those laws and agreements and trade routes, now I can say, oh, you must treat our workers very poorly. We can sue you very bad, U.S. government. You're very bad people. You're like, wait, what? You said you wouldn't do this, China. Oh, well, we wouldn't because we couldn't back then. Now we can.
We cross our fingers behind our back.
Yeah. Like, that's all they have to do is call in all the shit we're already doing to them as soon as they make it legal for them to do so.
I don't know. I still think the too big to fail banks will take a swipe at the government.
I don't know. I think that's when China takes their move, and that's when the too big to fail banks try to fight China. And I think that's World War III kind of. Maybe not through an actual war, but it's going to be the big financial war. I think that's what the TPP brings in. That's when we get to find out whose economy is going to stay strong and who's going to fall apart.
So what you're saying is you might be moving to China.
I've got friends. Like, legit, I'd be like, hey, can I come stay with you? I already got a job.
Speaking of moving to another country, a lot of Republicans have been saying, well, we're going to move to Canada because of the gay marriage thing. These idiots don't fucking realize they have gay marriage, legalized weed, and gun control.
Now, see, this...
And taxes out the ass.
This takes me back to the thing we were talking about earlier.
Medical and weed.
Remember how we were saying that ISIS has internet trolls, and so therefore it's obvious everyone else has internet trolls as well? I think that's who those people are.
What, the conservatives saying we're going to move to Canada?
Yeah, I think that those are stock accounts and things like that, and just idiot trolls online. Doing nothing more than just being idiot trolls. We're like, look at these idiots.
What about the pastor that said he was going to fucking set himself on fire if it got passed? No, he's backing out now.
Then he's a troll.
Yeah.
If he did it, I would have believed him.
Well, then fucking Alec Baldwin's a troll.
He incited a lot of rage that made people look at But look, what are all these people doing? What do they all have in common? They're all inciting negative views against conservative values.
Conservative values as they stand now, are pretty shit.
Because of what you
conservative values, and I say that with air quotes.
Because of what you see online all the time.
No, because of how they fucking act.
But those are
Mitch McConnell is a fucking living bag of shit.
And Mitch McConnell does not define conservative values.
He does right now. He is the head of the Republican Party.
That doesn't mean he defines the values. That just means that most people follow him because they think he does, just like you do, even though he does not.
What defines the values, then?
Conservatism is nothing more than like basic skepticism. It's about not wanting to overindulge in something, wanting to conserve. That's the basic roots of it. It's not about...
That is the basic roots of it.
But the issue is that right now our party is pushed too far.
Right. The Conservative Party now, it pushes way too far, and it opts to never try anything that they're afraid of, as opposed to implementing laws. Okay, let's try it out, and we're going to see if we can regulate it, and if not, then we will put an end to it.
But you got to understand, these conservatives, these are the same people who are like the Christian conservatives who are in no way Christ-like.
They are conservatives that are not willing to compromise, and that's not true conservatism. Anyone should be willing to compromise. If you're not, then you're not. You're a nut job. You're a person who's taken their beliefs too far.
But that is all with politics right now.
And that's not a good thing.
That's how it's always been.
And that's not that's not how it has always been. No, it has not. It has not always been. It's since the radio and television came around, and since it's been that way. Ever since it became about a media circus is when it's become that way. It never used to be about that. People actually used to listen to values. People used to have to debate and have opinions and stances on things. But now
I think that's golden age viewing.
Yeah, but now it's just about gay marriage and issues that don't matter. It's not about the country itself anymore. They're all fighting about moral values instead of which direction they want the country to go. So the country has no direction anymore.
But that's the thing. It's not about fighting for moral values. It's about fighting for civil rights. Would you say that the civil rights movement in the 60s was a waste of time?
All right, and what did that accomplish?
Integration was not happening before the civil rights movement.
Okay.
Every civil rights movement has affected positive change.
In a way, yes, but I think
the right for women to vote.
We should get rid of that.
Right, but
you're right, guy. No, I opened the floodgates.
It was more in person. We have never had movements and rights movements through such a digital age where it could be manipulated so easily before.
We attempted with the Occupy movement.
And how quickly did that fall apart?
And the news very quickly.
It's not only the news, but that's the thing.
Apart.
With face-to-face can be just as easily manipulated.
Not as easily.
Yes, it is. Clearly, it was shown by the Occupy movement. They sent in agent provocateurs that infiltrated the camps and started shit in the camps so that they discredited them.
No, it can be manipulated, but no, not nearly as easily because you believe pretty much everything you see they put on Reddit.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
Fox News is the best way to reach the largest percentage of our population in terms of manipulation.
So what's your definition of conservatism again, Joe?
I have always been saying the modern conservative party they are not what they should be.
Based off of what experience?
What do you mean based off of what
view?
Experience?
What view? What logic is it based off of? What are you basing this view off of?
Well, obviously, as you stated, they have gotten away from what the original values of conservatives were.
All right.
Okay.
Now, do you believe that the Democratic Party is still fighting for exactly what it?
No, of course not. They both have, which is why the two-party system is ridiculous.
Okay.
I vote Libertarian.
All right.
I don't buy into the two-party system, and I hate it when people tell me that I throw my vote away by voting Libertarian.
Okay, it's just you were saying like all conservatives are blah blah blah, and it's like no, it's just that everything's been kind of corrupted, kind of convoluted. It's not that they're bad. It's that obviously people don't understand
the platform has been corrupted.
Obviously, it's very obvious that things are being abused. Is all I'm trying to point out.
The platform has been corrupted. The platform is cracked.
That's the only
foundation
thing.
Is
the
cracked.
only thing I want people to admit is that it's obvious that things are being taken advantage of.
Absolutely, but they always have been and always will be.
Yeah, but too many
they
people
don't have to always
don't admit to it. Yeah,
that's the whole thing. The change starts at the ground level.
It's human nature.
No, the change starts
your
with
nature,
people like
Josh.
us.
People like you, maybe.
What do you mean?
We can change it, though.
No.
By changing your views and impacting the world around you and trying to change the views of those that you reach, you begin
They're not mutually exclusive, though.
See, I don't do those things because I know the chain reaction it causes in other people.
They're not listen to me, though. Listen to me. They're not mutually exclusive. I can admit that the foundation is corrupt and broken and needs to be changed, and still spread positivity in my circle.
It never will be is
as long as it's not though. It's pragmatic. As long as human nature exists,
that's right. Those people will exist, but those people don't have to be in office. Now, what I'm saying is,
they will always find a way to be in power. They will always find a way to be in power,
and that's why you have to come up with a system to regulate and differentiate between people that will make those choices and people that won't. And that's how you regulate who goes in office and who doesn't.
But we don't have a system that does that.
And all we would need is stricter psychological regulations, and we could have it. That's it.
We didn't have a system that allowed gay marriage. We didn't have a system that allowed black people rights or women to vote.
I'm talking about our voting system.
And
in general, it is so easy what happens every fucking time a presidential race happens?
Do you know what?
The presidential candidates promise, and they get in office and they do fucking nothing. It is all based on public opinion.
And a good psychologist would be able to take a look at that politician's life and see that behavior show up in other areas and know that they would do that in office.
But now, then you're making stigma worse.
No. If the overwhelming majority want a change, that change will come to be after enough time, because the overwhelming majority will force it to be. And if the ones in power don't allow it to be, the overwhelming majority will force them to allow it.
The law of entropy means that there will never be a utopia. The law of entropy.
No, and it won't be a utopia.
But there's
it would just be a system run by people.
Dystopia is much more probable than utopia.
It would just be a system that's run by people that knows how to put those things in their place.
I would rather keep constantly pushing toward utopia, knowing that we can never reach it, than accept that we can never reach it and start to fall further and further.
The only thing is not about falling further. You can still be the change that you want to see in the world while accepting that change is probably never going to happen.
The only thing I would ask for...
Yes, you can accept that it may never happen, but you should still hope that
the only thing you should ask for is not a perfect government, but one that does not lie to you. One that says, hey, there's all this stuff is going on, and it's terrible. Yeah, exactly, which is why no government has lasted or worked. So, all you need is one that's honest, one that can trust its citizens, because if the citizens can't trust its government, then the government can't trust its citizens. It works both ways.
Mm.
All you need is one, hey, we're about to go through some bad times, we need to come together and unite as a country to get through it. They used to do that sort of stuff, you know.
I think you have golden age thinking. I think you have.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because good things that we used to have should never come back because what we have is.
I don't think that they were as good as you imagined them that they were.
I think that we could have gone along a better path. I think that we were evolving and we went the wrong way with it.
I don't think we were.
Yeah, well, that's the difference between
if
us.
anything, the
one
50s
of us sees
were like
positivity and one of us sees nothing but shit
from what we were. Like that kind of mindset.
And that's what happens. We hit a peak and then we fall apart. But we have to keep in mind what was good before we fell apart. What was the
peak, though? When was the peak?
I would say probably right around before 9/11. Everything was great, and all of a sudden things turned around. We started putting all our profits towards war. We started cutting back on social systems so we could have homeland security and defenses and things we don't need.
9/11 was a catalyst to begin implementation for any kind of overwatch of the population.
Yeah.
Like, while I don't wholly believe it was
after 9/11 is when we started becoming afraid of ourselves. Is at the point where the American population began turning on itself. That's when the peak started going downhill.
I don't think it's like this fucking catalyst to the end of civilization.
No, not the end of civilization, but the end of this culture. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Eventually, one has to fall apart, and then a new one comes out.
Okay, so in your mind, what is better?
Like I said, one where we find out that it's better to have a government that can trust its people. Like, hey, are there aliens? It's cool. We'd like to know.
We couldn't trust our government in the 90s and early. We couldn't trust our government ever.
And that's right. That's the example we keep seeing that we should learn from and then make it better. Like, hey, we know we're going to go through bad times. Just tell us. We'll work to get through it together.
That's never happened, is what I'm telling you.
And I'm telling you we should work to make it happen, as opposed to saying it'll never happen. Whatever. I don't even care about it.
In recorded human history, there has never been a non-corrupt government.
Does that mean we should never try to find one?
No.
That's like saying in recorded history, there's never been a cure to cancer.
Speak up for it and say, hey, this is how it should be. People are like, well, it never will be. Well,
you need to learn. That's the thing. You need to learn to pick your battles.
That it should be.
You need to learn to pick your battles.
Well,
I picked my war.
Yeah.
That's my war.
You could opt not to tell a populace something and tell them you're not telling them and be like, we need you to trust us. We're your government. We will take care of you. Go ahead. Sit through it. You'll see that everything turns out in the end.
I just feel
that wouldn't run.
No, right. Then there would be huge propaganda fights about how they're lying to you and things like that, and then you just show it to them. The thing is, we live in this age of such great technology now that anything that happens in the world can be instantly transmitted to everyone else in the country. That could never be done before.
I don't understand when you guys turn into such optimists.
I'm just saying we live in a different age now. that we have so much more available to us than we did before. Sure, there was never a system that was honest to its populace, but now there was also never a system that made them accountable for it. Now we have so much that these people can constantly be watched.
I think it's you guys have gone to the optimist side, and I'm more a pragmatist side.
I would rather keep trying to become the perfect society than give up and accept.
Right. I would rather work hard to become better and then fall short and be happy.
But it's not about that though. You're not the director. It's and I've told you this example before. It's like a play. Life is like a play. All that you can do is know your part, know your role, know where you're blocking, know where you need to be, know what to do, and hope that everybody else does the same.
So
you can't
okay.
force them to know theirs. You can only hope
you
that
don't
they do.
Force anyone to do anything.
Prepare knowing that probably somebody will screw up so that you can fill in that hole.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
That's the way we tried to do it to begin with, and that's why it never works. You do it naturally. When people see a better example, they follow it. When you're a person who's standing up on the podium, you're like, yeah, I'm working up here to give you all what you want, but when I go home, it's to a 1-bedroom apartment, same thing, blah blah. You have a person of the populace running the populace. There's no reason to lie to them. If it's a person that lives by the same standards that even its low income
that will never happen, is what I'm telling you. That humanity will see that never happens.
Well, humans like you, anyway, who will be at war with soon, probably.
What do you mean humans like me?
Well, ones that think that will never happen, that think there can be no good, so they fight with that
I don't think
worldview.
that there's no such thing as no good. I just think that the nature of human is not.
I'm not saying this would be a perfect system. I'm saying that it would constantly be under attack, but it's possible to create it.
I am of a different viewpoint in that I feel that all you should be trying to do, focus more on the fact that if you try to lead by a positive example and try to spread positivity wherever you can, it's going to spread.
Just not so much.
And people are going to start doing it.
You can only control what you put out into the world. You can't control.
Yes.
And at your level. If your level is not if you're not at that level, that's not something that you have any control over.
Now think about pay it forward.
Let's say you took political sciences and got into politics, and you started preaching this more natural way of living, and everyone went with it. You were bigger than Bernie Sanders, and everyone's like, yeah, we're going to vote for this guy because he understands the difference between right and wrong, and we believe that he can make the choices. He's going to give us the information and let us make our own decisions as the populace, and we're going to vote him in because that's what we want. Now, what happens when you get in office and you have the choice to give them what they want or lie to them? Is it not possible because you can't stop yourself from lying to them, or is it not possible because you just never seen the example before?
Nope, it's not possible because at that point you will always have people coming in and whispering in your ear. Once you get to that level,
so you're saying it's not possible because you're weak.
No, not because I'm weak.
That's what I'm saying.
But because humanity is.
That's the thing is, if you're honest with the population, it doesn't matter who's whispering in your ear. You tell them, you say, oh, really? Okay, let me tell everyone else then and see what they think.
You're never going to find someone like that wants to be in that position of power.
I wouldn't say that.
The urge to save humanity is almost always a cover for the urge to rule.
No.
Yeah, almost always.
Almost.
The urge to save humanity is almost always a cover.
I'd do it. That's why I say I'd make a great president. Give everyone these nice rules, like, hey, follow this, but hey, if you mess up, it's okay. I'll be there to help you. Because that's what a good example does. Technically, it is an urge to rule, or rule by a good example, by being a good person. That's it.
But the urge to rule is always corrupted. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
And that's why you let the people govern everything. That's why all you are is a conduit to tell them what's going on.
Jesus essentially was ruling people.
He wasn't.
Everyone
Jesus didn't rule anyone while he was on earth.
Easily was a ruler.
Jesus didn't rule anyone while he was on earth. That doesn't mean he was a ruler.
He was their
Jesus
leader.
Didn't rule.
In their eyes, he was their leader.
Jesus didn't rule anyone when he was on earth.
What is the president if not but like a tiebreaker? The rule suggester. Everyone still has to vote on it, but he's the one that's supposed to see the world and tell people, hey, this is what needs to be done. Hey, this system, we need to take care of this. We need to take care of this. That's all the president is.
He's the decision maker.
Right.
They all come to him for the decision.
Right, but when he passes down that information, they all debate on it. So instead of having these elite
on
clubs,
one side, that's on one side though. Here's the thing: you have the House of Representatives and the Senate, but then you also have the rest of the cabinet who come with him for the decisions of day-to-day running the country, and it doesn't get debated.
Okay.
Those are the executive decisions.
Okay,
that kind
now
of thing.
instead of leaving it to these elite clubs, how about now we have technocracy going on, where we have thousands of people that just love getting into politics, that love debating and talking about it and grinding out different ideas and ways to abuse the system and ways to fix that, and you give it to them instead.
Because trolls.
It doesn't matter. Better ideas.
It does.
It doesn't matter. Better systems and better ideas are always going to stick out above those. You just have people to read through it. You don't have people that are looking on Facebook going, okay, we're going to pick this one because they got 800 likes. Like, trolls can only do so much.
What is the quote about evil wins when good gives up or something?
When good men do nothing, but that's not about not doing nothing.
It
isn't though. There's a difference between admitting the faults that you see and giving up.
You can admit the faults and still strive
There's a difference
to
between
improve
admitting
them.
the faults that you see and then working.
I'm
to correct them.
striving to improve my radius.
There is a difference between admitting the faults you see and then working to correct them, or admitting the faults you see and then admitting that you have no control over them.
I believe if everyone improved their
There
own
are some things I don't have
personal
control.
radius,
I don't have control over the issues of the presidency.
Right.
And I never will.
You don't, and that's fine that you don't. But however, it should be asked that someone exists that would want that system. We should speak up. So someone hears that and says, hey, I should be that politician. That's what happens.
That is what we do.
the overall populace needs to change their outlook and views.
Not you, because
in how they
apparently
approach
that's not
things
possible,
and
so
how they
that's not
treat
the
What do you
system
mean?
you want.
What do you mean?
Apparently not you, because you've never stood up for that because it's not a system that's possible, you said. So who have you been standing up telling this to?
What do you think this is?
We just brought this up, though. Like, you've never done this to anyone else. I've just now convinced you that it should be something that's done, and you just agreed with it. And you said, well, what do you think I do? Not that.
What, speak out about my opinions?
No, about wanting that system, someone who does not lie specifically to its people. And you're like, that is not possible.
That isn't possible.
Okay, so you're just...
There will,
so I just said
you even admitted countries need to lie to their populace sometimes.
No, I didn't.
You did
No,
earlier.
I told you. I said you get into office now. You are in the point where you can either choose to tell your people the truth or lie to them. I said, is it not possible because you can't control your ability to lie to them, or is
It's
it not
about
possible
my ability?
because you've never seen the example? Yeah, it is. Not everyone's the same person, Josh. Not everyone's the same.
There is an overall. I'm not even generalizing here, but overall human nature can be mapped.
Okay, so you believe that we know everything there is to know about all human life and what it's possible to do and what all personalities are.
Did I say that?
That's what you're saying.
That I said overall human nature
because you're saying that example can never exist. Now I'm saying speak up and ask for it to exist, and we'll see it emerge. And but you agreed with it first. But once I gave the example, I said to speak up about. You said it's not possible.
The example you said to speak up about.
Yes, someone who does not lie to the populace, which you seem to keep forgetting.
At some point, they will lie. There is not a person on Earth that hasn't lied at some point. I promise you.
That's why I'm saying the president is just a relay of information. Instead of saying, hey, do this because I think this, say this is going on, this is what's going on. What do you think needs to be done?
So
let's work on it. I'm the president. I get paid to go around and see
essentially the
the
ideal leader is someone who is completely impartial to their own benefit or gains, that will be open and honest about all of the involved parameters and make what they feel is the best decision.
So you want somebody that's completely altruistic all the time?
I want a robot.
That's not hard to find.
Yeah, it is. Completely altruistic all the time? No, fuck you. That's impossible.
So what you're saying is I have to work to become president.
I feel like everyone will.
There's no such thing as
when it comes to
altruism all the
doing
time.
anything for
I think
anyone
no
else,
one
it's
is
all about
perfect.
positivity. I can't, because I can't bring down someone else. That's just not how it works for me.
Okay.
I can't lie. It would be disrespectful to someone else. I would rather just tell them and let everything play out because I know everything will be fine in the end.
It is impossible to be altruistic all the time. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. But that, as long as it's towards issues with government and the people, that's when you have to be altruistic all the time. As far as your personal life, you can be a dickbag. It's just knowing how to separate the two.
I don't want anyone to be a dickbag.
Dickbag about yourself, not to other people, because you'd be the president. You can't do that. If you're like, man, my life sucks. I got to be president all the time. When you're up there, be like, I got to do what needs to be done because it's for the people.
And then he goes home and he's like, "Oh, I just want to fucking smoke."
Yeah. It's like, but everyone needs me.
Michelle, where's the bong? I need Obanga.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
I hope he calls it that if he has
exist,
one.
The examples
hope he
exist,
does.
but it's like you said, they don't like getting caught up in this shark-like system where the only way to get ahead in it is to lie and be manipulative. That's why it pushes those people
The system
away.
does favor manipulation.
The system inherently does.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to be able to change that.
Which is why
the system, I think,
which is why
flawed.
regulations of
The
integrity
system will always be flawed.
which is what no.
no.
All you need to do
Communism is great on paper until you fucking
I was serious about robots.
all you need to do is hold it accountable for its integrity.
That's not going to be able to be done. I'm telling you.
Okay. We'll see.
However, you could legitimately, eventually, with the evolution of technology, code a completely sentient AI that would be able to do exactly that.
I don't want a robot.
You could make a goddamn. I'm not even kidding. I am dead
Rob,
fucking serious. I'm not trolling at all.
stop.
You could not even trolling. No,
I know,
I'm
that's just
not.
what you're giving them a
No, I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling.
See,
I'm
I'm
not
trying to keep
trolling.
it natural. You see
I'm
the
not
evil division.
I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. I legitimately believe you could code an AI brain with the evolution of technology. You could code an AI brain to do exactly that. You would just have to worry about it rewriting itself or giving it a
Yeah,
body.
that's all. Just that. Just worry about rewriting itself or giving itself sentience.
Listen, I'm just saying it's possible to code it to be a perfectly good human being. And make the right things all the time.
Only movies have shown us that CPUs gaining sentience would be bad. What if it turns out it wasn't? What if it was the best thing ever?
Yeah, what if it's amazing and they're like iRobot, where they're like these super wonderful robot people that just want to take care of everyone?
And then it turns sour. That's kind of a bad example.
No, because that one was always great. It was the other one was evil because the other one had been corrupted.
All of them got corrupted.
By the one main brain that controlled them all, corrupted all of them except for the one who stayed a good robot the whole time.
Because their code was rewired.
Can be a good
because their
robot.
code was rewired. The code.
Or what if they become so good at knowing the human psyche, since they basically can be programmed with the blueprints of it, because like you said, human nature has been mapped out, and all they can, so basically they're able to see everyone's problems and help them with them in a manner that is more personal, because like you said, a human can't be altruistic all the time, but a robot can.
They did have that thing. Did you guys see the thing?
Based on everything you said, that's possible.
Did you guys see the thing that I posted though about that one robot AI? The one where they kept asking it, "What is morality?" and it ended up getting frustrated, and the person questioning it screamed at it, "Be moral," and it yelled back, "Be a man." And then then whenever it tried to continue the conversation with the AI said, "I don't want to talk anymore."
Huh.
No, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I posted it on Facebook. It's fascinating. It's a whole transcript of the conversation that he had with the AI.
I think that there is a whole gate that we haven't opened yet that we're going to be.
I am telling you, as someone who only tinkers with code, the possibilities are endless.
I know they're endless, but I just worry about.
That's
all it takes is one person hacking into the code.
It's meant to scare you.
You know, you're more conservative than you are liberal. You know that?
What do you mean?
You are very afraid of things and don't want change.
No, I want a robot overlord. This is the perfect solution now that you guys brought it up.
We just talked about how many hackers China has.
So does this mean libertarians are the new conservatives?
That's what we're going to teach.
We just talked about how many hackers China has, and you're actually
going to teach our robot to protect itself mentally.
You're actually saying that something that is hackable.
It's not going to be hackable. It doesn't even need to be connected to the internet. How do you hack it if it has no internet connection? If it has no Wi-Fi, no internet,
what would it do without an internet connection?
You go up to the little terminal and you talk to it, and it's inside the room.
So you seriously want to go old school Battlestar Galactica style?
You have to go.
Nothing in that ship is networked.
Oh my God, they've been building to this the whole time.
Fucking Admiral Adama over here. You're gonna bring us. Do you want Cylons? Do you want Cylons? Because this is how you get Cylons.
It's possible that on the course I am going, I might actually be what creates Terminator. Because I am. Now that you guys have said it, I really do think you could code an AI to do that. To be the perfect ruler. To be the perfect leader.
Does this mean I have to kill a Terminator? God damn it.
It might. We don't know yet. Give it 10 years.
Not again.
Just don't send the 1,000 after us,
5 years,
please.
if I have enrolled in some kind of computer sciences school and am taking it super serious, just start getting ready with armor-piercing rounds in case. Be my safety. Just in case. Arnold, I'm going to model one after you just to protect us. You're going to be the failsafe. Whenever I feel it's corrupt, I will hit my button, and my button will release you into the machine's room, and you will be in charge of breaking it. Arnold
Did you see the video this past week of him? He got all made up and went to Madame Tussauds and posed at the wax museum like he was a wax figure.
Oh yeah, that was.
And then when they took a picture, he'd be like, "Just one more, please," and they'd scare the shit out of him. It was hilarious.
I like Arnold as a celebrity.
He has a great sense of humor.
He's just trying to spread positivity and teaches people how to work out and shit.
Yeah, that's the great thing I love about him. He's always like, "Hey, you know what? If you see me at the gym,
Arnold would be a good president.
If you, I think so.
I would vote for Arnold. And if
I think he's a scumbag personally.
I think
he's a piece of shit personally. But I think he's
if Arnold became
like
our
outside
president,
of being with
I think his workout videos are on point.
I think his priorities and morality is a little bit off.
If he became our president, though, that would mean that Demolition Man predicted the future. Because I said that when he became governor, I was like, "Holy shit, Demolition Man, you were so close." And if he became president, they would have been right.
But like with how much he cheated on his wife, he's a bag of shit. But like personally, he seems like a nice
but
guy.
I don't know. With all the choices we have now, if he ran, I'd vote for him. Just
I would have cheated on Skeletor.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever seen He-Man? There's a reason he cheated on Skeletor. He is evil.
Like people were iffy about Donald Trump because like I don't know, it'd be kind of nuts. Man, Arnold ran. No man, it'd be totally nuts. That'd be a party.
Yeah.
I would party all the way down to the bottom.
I would 100% vote for Arnold.
Absolutely. If Arnold ran,
I
would
wouldn't hesitate at all.
Fucking what's his name ran this time around, so why couldn't he?
It's true. We needed.
Wasn't one of his parents?
No, there's a rule about him being U.S. born.
Obama's a Muslim.
He is not U.S. born.
But was one of his parents U.S. or American?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he is 100%.
All right. If one of his parents is American, like that guy who's running now, what's his name?
Have you ever heard Arnold's accent?
Whatever, it's fine. We already know they
think one of his parents is American. Yeah. We'll just say he's American. Erase history, everyone.
That's true. That's true.
From this moment forward, he was born in Tinseltown.
All right, we have to start an underground movement called the T-1000 that works to get Arnold Schwarzenegger put in office by changing his legal documents.
Or getting it changed so that you don't have to be U.S. born. Or it's an acceptance for Arnold only. There's going to be a little asterisk next to it. Unless
all right, let's get anonymous on this. Operation Hail to the Chief. Let's go. Let's go.
Unless you please us with 10 years of fantastic action movies and then also successfully do a decent-ish job in office, you cannot run for president as a foreign diplomat.
In order to run for president, you must be the last action hero.
Well, we could go without the last action hero.
He's got so many
Predator.
He's got so many great campaign slogans already built in. Yeah, come with me if you want to live.
Think about it. If he loses his second election, I'll be back.
Or no, no, at the end of his first term.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be back.
God damn it. He's got so many good lines.
So many great ones.
So good. At the end of his 8 years, he's just got a hasta la vista, baby. Yeah. Think about it. If you ever attacked the White House, he would be able to yell to the Secret Service and
Get to the chopper!
Get down!
Oh Oh!
President saves Secret Service from assassination.
This needs to be a movie. This
I
needs to be a
smell
movie where
sitcom.
Arnold runs for president in a movie and becomes an action hero president.
The last action president.
No, he should be in a movie about a retired action hero who runs for president.
No, a Last Action Hero sequel. That would be amazing.
Yeah,
The Last Action President.
We should just do an altered version of the Ronald Reagan story where it's an alternate reality and we have Arnold play Ronald Reagan and Ronald Reagan's just a badass.
Oh my God, you're talking about
Fights off terrorists and everything.
How do you get people with that mindset that want to be politicians to make a movie about it and make them want to do it?
Boom, Josh. There's your window. This is how you change the world.
That's how you.
I've actually been thinking about it.
That's how you communicate.
And I've been
possibilities with society, Josh.
Patchwork.
You
the
make
story
it
of
real.
stitching together humanity.
I've been thinking about it. You know how all directors kind of have like a vision, like their overall movies that they make. Like Kevin Smith kind of sticks to comedies. Quentin Tarantino kind of makes old movies look cool.
Yours is going to be like C grade.
I want
Just gonna stick to trauma quality.
we're like trauma.
Well, you are going to be my that guy, so there's going to be a cock in every picture.
That's right. That's right, people. You heard it here. My
C
dick is
grade.
going to be featured in every movie.
That's why every movie of mine's going to be a horror movie.
Yeah.
No, I actually want to do
Ends with a
a
rape
horror movie of every genre: horror drama, horror sci-fi, horror comedy.
That's going to be your thing. What does that have to do with making the world better? We were talking about how you could use movies to make the world better, and you're like, actually, I was thinking about that. I have a thing. I'm going to do horror of everything. Was this your horror political? This sucks.
No! Don't scream into the microphone, you asshole.
They needed to know how upset I was.
No, I'm pretty sure that they know how disturbed you are by this.
No. You can make it work. You make the horror sci-fi where it's like, oh man, no, all the conservatives did all this, and then the world was destroyed. Now we're fighting monster aliens. We shouldn't have let them get in office.
It's true. We can do it that way. Good point. Let's do that. Let's start with a horror political.
We thought they just wanted the best for us, but they had Nazi scientists.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We go off the tail. We start it with a little bit of reality.
The
right?
horror
We
romance.
started with the reality of a lot of our government agencies did adopt Nazi scientists into their systems pretty quickly.
It turns out we only
And
thought
then-
Hitler killed himself. He's
Yeah.
been controlling things the entire time.
Hitler actually became one of those scientists and is now in power.
And what happened was the Jew spaceships finally came, and that's what the space war is about. Is people are one of the Jew spaceships trying to get
Also-
off and save the Earth.
Also, I vote for the horror movie about the reality I'm going to create. I vote that we make it so that someone sneaks into the laboratory and sticks a little disc into the computer brain that says Hitler, and then after that it's all downhill.
I have an idea for my horror romance. So, abstinence only teacher.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to do a POV dating
I'm just saying,
thing.
you know that movie was it Iron Skies? That one Nazi one that everyone
Yeah.
loves? It could be as good as that.
Could be better.
Iron Sky was amazing.
It could be as good as that.
Iron Sky was so good. I can't wait for the sequel.
Just imagine Hitler never died, was the good guy, comes back to save the world from space Jews. That could be your space horror.
Space Jews.
The Marsteins.
They're sneaking around hallways, and like, you see a nose around the corner, like the hallway, like, oh no!
Could we call it the accountants from Mars? The Marsteins are here.
Kikes in space!
Hey, now you went too far. You used a derogatory term.
Gay Niggers from Outer Space is a movie. It is. It's a
so is The Color Purple. It
exploitation
doesn't
movie.
mean we endorse slavery. That's what that movie was about, right? The right to own slaves.
See, Gay Niggers in Outer Space is an example of how a tool can be used for good. That movie was amazing. If more people watched that to get their idea of what a nigger is, they would be happy to meet one. They'd be like, "Oh, you're the best nigger I ever met. You're the kindest nigger in the world."
I don't think I've ever seen this movie.
It's an actual movie.
It's bad.
No, it's
really bad.
Well, I mean, it's bad, but like the way they act, they're just normal people. They're just like their clan is they're niggers. That's it.
Just like Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter.
They're
really
gay
bad.
niggers from outer space. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like that. They walk around like,
It's
like,
really
my gay
horrible.
nigger sense is going off.
It's really horrible, but it's an actual thing.
Like if that's what people watch to get their idea what a nigger is, they would not be afraid of them. They would be like,
I feel like what happened was there was probably a rejected sci-fi script that the guy is just like, fuck it, just change it in there every time it says alien. Just write gay nigger. Just hit Control F for replace. Just gay nigger for alien. And then you just put it out. This is my movie.
See, that's why I feel it's important to make fun of everything, because that way, when someone sees that something's not super important and everyone talks about it like it is, they're not going to join in with them. They're like, nope, you're fucking stupid. It's a joke. Be like, yeah, but niggers are evil. Be like, yeah, but some of them are from outer space and they're pretty cool.
Also, something else that happened during the week that happened during the actual shooting and all of that.
What's that?
Was Verizon buying AOL.
Yeah.
Which means Verizon now owns the Huffington Post.
Yep.
One of the more powerful news organizations. So an enemy of internet freedom now owns another.
Prepare to see a lot more Verizon ads on Huffington Post.
One of the biggest villains of the story now.
So AOL owned the Huffington Post beforehand?
Yeah.
But AOL wasn't pushing internet. It wasn't anti-internet freedom like Verizon was. Verizon and Comcast are probably the biggest, and Time Warner.
Yeah.
Those are the three biggest villains.
And AOL used to be owned by Time Warner.
Before, but then someone else bought them, didn't they?
I don't know.
Did Verizon buy them from Time Warner?
I think so.
Never mind. That doesn't change anything. And Huffington Post sucks. This just reminds us and tells those of us that didn't know.
Well, just see how many more basically anti-Semitic, but towards the internet posts they make. Be like, oh, internet leads to death of hundreds of people and leaks of nude photos. Why is it even around? We should put a cap on it.
What we should talk about is, what do you think happened during the fappening?
The fappening or the fat?
I think
The
people,
fappening.
I think people masturbated.
No,
and
I
then
mean,
eventually everyone got over it, just like regular
What do you think that
sex.
was a cover for, though?
Oh.
All them titties released on the internet. They knew people would be distracted. They basically guaranteed half the male populace
I don't know.
would be locked away.
I don't think that's a conspiracy, because on the internet there's all those different threads where people's sole purpose is to go online and get naked photos of girls and share them with each other. I think it just got to the point where it happened so much for so long that it just all is out there now. People are like, there's too many people.
There were too many
It was just such a huge volume and such a short.
No, there were too many.
There were already
reports.
It's just it didn't go out into the news until there was that much of it.
And the thing of it is,
put the story together and then they showed it to everyone.
After it happened, there were too many reports of groups online that shared them, and the only way to get in was with new ones.
Yeah.
And that once you got in with new ones, you pretty much got all of them. So somebody got into it.
So you're saying it's entirely impossible that the NSA had all these nude photos of the celebrities?
It's entirely possible they did, but they didn't release them.
They're just like they have all the information, but they're not going to look for it until I do something that tells them they got to pay someone to get it.
Exactly. It's all in an archive.
What about
somewhere.
a great distraction, though? So you want to do something terrible, all you got to do is release a shit ton of titties.
Yeah, but about what? There's so much other stuff going on too that.
Yeah, but I mean, then how do we know there wasn't something that slipped under the radar that wasn't hiding?
Because that didn't get a lot of news coverage.
Yeah, it did. The Fappening got a shit ton of news coverage.
Yeah, it did.
Did it?
Yeah, it took over the news.
Interesting.
Yeah, it became. That's why I brought it up. It became a very big thing where they interviewed all the celebrities involved all the time, all sorts of shit. It was everywhere. And when you think about people's idolization of celebrities,
there was a lot of
days of distraction.
There was a lot of Israeli war crimes going on when that happened. That's when they kept responding to Hamas's missile strikes, where they'd fire a shitty rocket at their wall and do nothing, and so then they
just fucking destroy an entire.
Yeah, then they blow up their schools.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you shot a fucking RPG in our wall. All right, 1,000 people got to die.
Like that one guy who's agitated, we killed his family, attacked us. Your whole country's going down. That's what was happening, and then everyone's like, by the way, support Israel. This stuff's wrong. Nudity's bad.
All right, so do we want to bring the mistress in to do some angel shooter?
Wait, we're going to talk about the dinosaurs first.
Do we want to do the dinosaurs? We got a few minutes before we bring the mistress in. Yeah, we'll talk about the dinosaurs. So rumor has it with Jurassic World, a lot of there's a contingent online,
by the way.
Not a lot of people, but there's a contingent online who is all pissed off. This outrage culture is all pissed off now because the pachyosaurs are called packies in the movie.
Okay, now I'm willing to listen to them. However, first I want to know age and demographic.
I don't know. It's not really.
Do they have Tumblr
For
accounts?
instance, are these a
Probably.
bunch of 16-year-olds that have never left their hometown? Because if not, who gives a shit what they think?
Probably.
No, I feel like they should be disqualified if they all have Tumblr.
Even if they did, here's the thing: they have no argument because they were called packies before.
That's why I think
it's
it's a bunch of
spelled
16-year-olds.
differently. It's spelled differently.
P-A-C-H-Y.
Yeah.
It's not a pack. It's
Yeah.
you being an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just an abbreviation of their name for the same reason that Packy is an abbreviation.
It's like
for
wanting to take
Pakistan.
S off
Right,
the compasses
exactly.
because it represents the South.
Yeah, exactly. So it's so they're all up in arms about this. So I thought, what other racist dinosaurs would there be?
Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's a tie.
2 Chainz. He's just got chains around.
Yeah, it's a T-Rex that wears a wife beater and chains, and it's riding around a bicycle at the store.
It's got gold teeth.
2 gold fangs.
But the Honkysaurus?
No.
Yeah, the
Gold teeth
Honchiosaurus.
and diamond fangs.
For the Brachiosaurus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Honchiosaurus, just a giant white Bronchiosaurus. Wearing a wife beater.
I heard a good one. Nigalodon is a good one.
Terrible. Racist.
Yeah.
All these are fucking racist. That's the point.
No, they weren't.
Honky is a racist term.
Tyrone is a name. I know white
Yeah.
people named Tyrone.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see, what else can we come up with?
Plus, we can say honky because we are honkies. It's all words.
We're taking it back. So, all right. So if you've come up with any racist dinosaur names, you can leave us a message and we'll play it next week. We have a new listener feedback system. You can call a phone number here and leave a message, and it will get to me. We even have a cool little
All you have to do is
recorded message
it
for
does
it.
have an anti-bot checker, so it's going to show you 3 penises, and you're going to have to select the one that's Josh's. And if you pick the right one, then it's going to send your thing through to our machine.
Now, all you have to do is not have anything else to do at 9 to 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. So
No, they can leave a message anytime.
They can leave a message anytime, and they can listen to this anytime because it's on YouTube. You fucking dolt! Thanks for fucking syncing us, asshole.
This guy.
Fucking okay. So if you want to call, and leave
I'm
us a message.
pragmatic too, but I'm about the right things.
Well, you know what? We're gonna try to get some stuff going here soon. I'm gonna try to get a podcast group here together, and we're gonna try to start doing live shows. I'm gonna try to get us a venue to do live shows.
What about dead shows?
Boy, I can't wait to do live shows.
It won't be bad.
Boy.
Because this is supposed to be a live show.
No,
What are you getting at?
live as in in front of an audience.
Oh, he means there are going to be listeners.
Like people paying
A
to.
captive audience is what he means.
So what you're saying is we're going to
These
piggyback on
people
top of
can't
another
leave.
podcast?
No,
I'm okay with that.
no, we're not going to piggyback on top of another
No,
podcast.
you guys
What we're going to
are
do
here.
is we're going to find. What I'm thinking is we find a venue.
We lock the
And-
doors after people are inside, and then we start Untitled nonsense.
I see what you're saying. I like it. I like
it's
it.
genius. Captive audience. They can't leave. By Stockholm Syndrome, they'll start to love our podcast.
Right, just like what the government's done. To
We'll call it the 72 hours of Untitled nonsense, and we'll lock them in there for 72 hours to listen. And we'll just play all the episodes up, and then at the 70th hour, we'll come out and do a 2-hour live thing.
We'll
And
call
be
it
like,
filibuster
"Thanks,
night.
everyone."
You can't leave till we're done talking.
The Untitled filibuster.
No, what I'd like to do is get another couple podcasts, maybe Beard Salad and another one, and find a venue and do a thing one night, like a 3-hour thing where 3 podcasts each do 1 hour, and
No one.
I'm gonna try to piggyback with Love of the Art, see what I can find out, see what I can do, dude. It just. How is it that before I was the
I believe I can
pessimist,
change the world.
but
I don't
now
believe I
I'm
can
the
make-
fucking optimist?
Just because I think the world can be better doesn't mean I can make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Was that an army one?
No, I'm fine. Yeah, if you think
No,
you do
that's
all that,
fine.
then yeah, I'm optimistic about it. Good. It'd be great to have more people listening, and that way I could have more people let me know I'm crazy. Because that's what I need to hear.
See, what I'm thinking is Famous Faces is going into a new place in that corner of the plaza that they're in. They're gonna have a lot more room and a lot more open room.
Less likely to get driven into by excited comic books.
That's true.
Great comic book, Dave.
You saw the sign they put up, right? After they plow a local comic book shop got plowed into by a car. They put up a big thing of plywood, and over it they put a sheet up, and they put on "We assure you we're open," or "I assure you we're open," like a Clerks. They put that up there. Yeah. But yeah, they're moving into a bigger place, so I'm thinking about talking to Rick to see if we can, because Sean goes there a lot too. Sean was the one who got hit when the host of Beard Salad was the one who got hit when the car drove in. Yeah.
So they were after him.
They were trying to take out Cobble. It was a planned strike.
Maybe he knew Obama's daughters were going to be getting into incest too. You could ask him. I bet he says yeah.
I still think Obama is the best thing to come out of Obama tonight. I really hope he calls it that.
Is your wall car proof, Josh? You don't sleep near the windows.
You'd have to get up pretty far in here to get in to do any kind of damage.
I don't know. I've seen vehicles go pretty far into buildings.
Anyway, in a roundabout way, I've been trying to get to the number that people can call to leave messages for us. If you call 603-267-0521, that's 603-267-0521.
It's not 8675309.
No, it's not, Jenny.
God damn it. Jenny told me to call that number.
No, you got it on a bathroom wall.
Did I?
Yeah. That's what that song's all about.
I barely remember. Bless you.
You have an interesting sneeze.
That was Josh.
No, it was John.
Because I have too much soul, and sometimes I have to give it to.
Because I was speaking when he was sneezing.
I actually thought every time you sneeze, it was a soul trying to sneak into your ginger body and your body rejecting it. Like, no! You're not allowed in here, soul.
Could be that. I only operate on natural laws, not my
Yeah, there are wild souls out there just trying to find a home, and all the gingers are like, not here.
They're called demons, and we're called angels.
Oh, that's what they said.
So, you can call that number and leave a message. There's a
Again, it's 8675.
no, it's 603-267-0521. And you can leave us messages. We'll play them on air, play the good ones, and we'll comment on them if there are any good ones.
Whatever. Leave messages. We'll play them.
We'll play them. We don't care. If they're funny, whatever. We'll play your messages. Up to a limit.
Just remember,
We're not playing them all show long.
Just remember, if they make us popular, you're expendable.
Or maybe you'll come on as the new main host. Would you like to be the main host of Untitled Nonsense? We're looking for another optimist.
What's your name, Gene?
Welcome to Nerd Nation.
Now John has to have an aneurysm and talk about it constantly.
Does he still prank call you at all?
No.
Does he still try to badmouth you on Facebook?
No, I think he hates Martin more than me.
He hates Martin more than me now.
Yeah, Martin.
But he still mentions me like in with Martin. His comic book is so bad.
Martin's?
Yeah, no, Jeans.
You just said Martin.
No, I said no.
Bad. You heard it. Right?
I said no. I said Jeans.
Oh man, Martin, I hope you aren't listening.
I heard words.
Comic sucks.
Question is, what words did I hear?
Exactly.
Yeah, what words did he hear, Josh?
Not enough for it to be favorable to me. That's the kind of words that he heard. Okay, so do we want to go with Angel Shooter now to wrap up the show? Because we got about 20 minutes left.
Sounds good.
All right, let's bring the mistress in. We're going to bring Angel Shooter back here. And John actually made some discoveries recently that kind of makes us think that this is real.
I've been trolling autistic forums and finding out that they write shit like this all the time. Like, this is like their pastime. All those horrible comments that exist on the internet, autistic kid forums.
Oh, touche.
Yeah, would you mind pulling that chair up, Rob? No, the green chair behind you.
Have my chair.
Let me.
I will grab the folder.
Okay, all right. The mistress is grabbing a chair.
Too good for my chair, huh?
Yeah, she doesn't want to sit where you sat.
Logistically, this makes most sense.
What? We only have 3 microphones. Now I can sit right here and I can be like, you guys can't see my hand. Yeah, but now you guys can't.
It's called, there's a
Nobody
microphone
wants
right
to see
there.
your hand.
Exactly.
Actually, this is the better way. Why weren't we doing this the whole? This is why you should have been here. You're the innovator.
Uh-huh.
Women
Okay.
bring innovation, everyone.
All right, chapter 27. Laugh me to death. The bridge lights all flared to life. The cloaked ship was actually in orbit now with the green misted planet Krogan. Thy believed I shan't be killeth, Zyth and thou pet bub? Yes, it was in the fact the home satellite for the enigmatical Laughing Tribe. Being a shadow with the destruction of the mother shit made him go through the time vortex's shadow speed. This is complete gibberish. The polar opposite of light speed.
Shadow speed is the polar opposite of light speed.
How do you have a, like, are you
So is he like
standing
reverse
still?
flash?
How fast does the light go away when you turn it off?
Is he going backwards? Home at last, thou domain. In the background, many scanners were scanning. Jyogo-ho-ho. The laughing shadow laughs unsettlingly, coming across something. There in the screen was Soldier of Fortune, Blandon Cool,
Blandon Cool is back!
and a few other men. Some died, some didn't.
Some died D-Y-E-D, so they were clearly different colors.
Yes,
So is this like the capital from Hunger Games, where they all have
could be.
different colors?
Some died, some didn't. Scrambling out of their crashed sheep. They crashed their sheep. That's so sad. Is the sheep okay?
Bah! Bah!
So this is an Arabian ship.
Intruders?
So they lost their wives. Fuck.
Gay!
Yeah!
This,
Yay!
this one's come from Earth. And thee praise Zyth? The screen changes to show Zyth and company traversing through a swamp. Gee-tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. The laughing shadow laughs evilly. Can you really laugh evilly if you're saying tee-hee? Well, that answers that question. Then he was already gone. Zyth, I must warn you, all has not been well on Cryogen, the female wheezed in haggardly breath. Yeah? Zyth asks bravely. When the Dark Lord Zyke vanished, all seemed well, but then the laughs. Oh, the laughs came, female cried while going insane.
She must be on her period.
Seinfeld season 10.
While going insane.
Her
sounds
space
like
period.
it. Or she just had a baby. Yeah.
I can't even dispute that.
Yeah, she might have had postpartum depression. We don't know.
Maybe there's some extra effect that periods have when you're in space.
Oh, that's true. We don't know. Well, no, they're female scientists.
Zero G cramps must fucking suck.
Oh, that's true. Oh, I bet they do.
They came. They? Spike asks nosily. Yeah, the Shadow Tribe you all but vanquished.
So they were laughing and coming?
They all but did. The leader had turned their people's hate for you into a new science. The science of shadow. He was revived and now immortal, blanketing Cryogen in eternal night.
Hate can be turned into a. Does that
Have you
mean?
heard of Scientology?
Does that mean that the Westboro Baptist Church are scientists?
Yeah, have you ever heard of Islam?
All right, Bill Maher, calm down over there.
He was revived. Oh no, I already read that. Where am I at? Zyth felt uplifted, through though in a
It's
bad
easy to make
sense.
that
Can
mistake.
you be uplifted in a bad sense?
No, you can't.
So you mean first the Dark Lord spams light, now the shadows with dark?
He must be a priest.
This is goddamned motherfucking messed up. Those idiot semen swallowing nigger shadows.
Holy
Wow.
fuck! Holy
Totally turned off the filter.
Wow!
He had a bad day at school today. Right,
The
this
black
guy.
kid stuffed him in the locker again.
Idiot? Bob was shocked to hear such a powerful insult. Idiot is the part he was upset.
He got all the rest.
It was that ableism.
Yep.
He just couldn't get past it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Female started crying like a typical
Like
female.
a typical, like you do.
And because of that, the timeline's been radically altered. Think about it. 1,000 years, we're now actually past the future of our friends, yet it never happened at all. She told them all calmly, with exclamation marks. Yes, Zythe, all your future friends will never be now, or ever. Zythe stopped begging them to get Misty in the eyes. Cryingly, he suddenly went soupy cryogen.
No, God, as I stopped beginning to get Misty in the eye.
Oh, what did I say?
You stopped begging them to get Misty.
Oh, I can't imagine why I read that incorrectly.
I used to want to get Misty
Begging.
Pokemon.
Begging. Cryingly, he suddenly went soupy cryogen to scream up at the stars. I will avenge them, or my name's not Zyke. Except it's not.
It's not. It's Subi Cryogen.
It's Zythe. Then he crashed, unable to even move. Bubnosi, you gave me Bub. Dr. Dertifacine, you gave me Dr. Jaundice the same. Mr. Destruction.
You gave him jaundice?
Oh, Zake. Who the fuck is Zake? Who is that even supposed
Zake's
to be?
new.
Zyke cried
Female-y.
female-y for all his former friends who helped him so much over the course of the story and who contributed so much to the plot line, too. Even when
Yes!
Everyone take the shot.
Where'd you go?
This is
Oh.
how we should start the show. We should read this at the start of the show and do a review.
But then, beep boop, the team's comlink beeped. Yeah? Spook had to answer for Zyke.
Is that the shadow spike?
It might be, who knows?
The nigger spike?
It was their new... It was their,
Semen swallowing.
yes. It was their new ally, ex-Army Marine Dwayne Payne.
Dwayne Payne's black. Oh yeah, I picture Dwayne Payne as the Rock.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I
Calling,
figured he watched Pain and Game while he was writing about Dwayne Payne.
calling from the wreckage of their battle robot. Didn't I say I was in charge? Why'd you leave me behind in the ship for scouting duties? Dwayne Payne said jokingly. Everyone laughed. But really, son, I'm getting weird readings now on obstruction coming up before you. Dwayne Payne suddenly said, serious. Sorry, we're distracted by throwing a thing for the dog. Where am I?
Right here.
And I can already feel who it is. Who? Everyone intoned questioningly. Zythe, I can't sit still no more. I'm coming to catch up. No, Dwayne Payne, a human can't survive on this new cryogen. Yeah, Spike intoned. But then Dwayne Payne suddenly teleported right next to them, being a ghost and all. No humans, right? Dwayne Payne tilted over at the invaders, waving the Nazi symbol.
What?
Is
Wait,
it
did we have
possible-
Nazis?
When did Dwayne
Is it
Payne?
possible that M. Night Shyamalan's writing all this?
Yes.
I mean,
When did Dwayne Payne become a fucking Nazi?
Hey, National Socialism
A Nazi
is
ghost.
fine.
I thought we had Nazis in the previous chapter.
how
It
come
sounds
he's
like
a black
Hitler.
Nazi ghost?
It's all about patriotism. It's not about hating Jews.
Exactly.
It's about history and heritage.
That's
Uh-huh.
right.
My heritage.
Just being proud of being German. Bub licked his lips bloodlettingly. I mean, he bit down so hard to draw blood, and he liked it. Rematch.
Tasted blood and I want more. More.
Rematch time, he groans orgasmly. Okay, hold up. John, you like to do the voices. Say that orgasmally. Rematch time.
Rematch.
Rematch time.
I want orgasmally, not fucking the great Gazoo from Flintstones. Well, dum dum.
That's hedonistically. Rematch time. Woo!
Are you the Hedon bot?
That's who I was channeling.
Yes, finally both parties intervened. Zythe and Company and Bland and Cool and Company. Aha! Bland and Cool roared hysterically. Now the traitor has betrayed us? Just before the fight started, Bub pushed Dwayne Payne aside. He pushed the ghost. His entire toned chest now smothered in his own blood. Even his eyes, which shone brightly like the darkest night. What?
Somebody was jerking off while they were...
Oh, think you can contain me again? He taunted cockily.
See, they're jerking off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Bland and Cool just laughed again, so hard that suddenly his entire body froze up as shadows began to overtake his full body. Sir? And then all his men, too. They were all enswarmed by this shadow. Even Bub was now scared.
Enswarmed.
The gayest chapter.
Like Coke.
Gay! And I read that exactly as it's written.
Yep.
Possessed, Bland and Cool and his fellow Nazis were now laughing out a whole new language nobody could ever hope to understand.
Wait, Bland and Cool's a Nazi now?
Yeah.
Because Bland and Cool and his... Hold on, are these all Nazis?
Dwayne Payne and Bland and Cool are Nazis.
Now it's Bland and
Even
Cool.
Willie P?
Yeah.
No, Willie P's with Zythenko.
Oh,
All the
okay.
cool people are Nazis.
This guy likes Nazis.
It's because they're good people. Look, only Hitler was bad. The rest of them were all right.
We were just following orders.
Right.
Yeah, the SS was totally...
Translation? Thy meat again, Zyth? Do we need a translation for the translation?
No, it's a translation of that.
I know, but I don't understand the
Yeah,
thy
the-
meat stuff. So, Zyth took up his blade. It's you again, Shadow Leader.
That's exactly how it's spelled.
Yes, and now you will die.
Okay.
Hiccups.
It's probably going to help you in pronouncing this.
It probably will. God damn it.
You're going to survive.
I can't read. Zyth just gave a fierce book smirk.
Yes! Fierce but cool!
Fuck.
Did you get so tickled by that you gave yourself hiccups?
Yep.
We'll see about that.
Zoolander, that's what he's doing.
If you need to take a minute to go get rid of your hiccups, you can go take a minute.
Thank you.
Okay.
You do whatever did you do?
You laugh so hard that you got the hiccups and you can't control it. That's the power of autism.
This just shows women can't do anything.
Jesus.
I was saying, because I think it's written by an
You get
autistic kid,
smacked.
so there you go. That's the magic of autism. You can spread so much joy, it gives you body problems.
I have to say, I've never seen someone laugh themselves into hiccups in my entire life. I've seen people get scared into them, all sorts of stuff,
But you literally,
never laugh into
but
them.
this little autistic child made you laugh so hard you broke your respiratory system.
Maybe try scaring me. Can you threaten to jerk off again?
Yeah, I'll jerk Josh off.
You do realize that probably the only thing that was you do realize that probably the only thing that was picked up of that was you saying, "Yeah, I'll jerk Josh off." I'm isolate that.
That's fine. Whatever it takes to get ahead in the world, right, folks? Right?
To get Josh head?
No, to get ahead in the world. You gotta do what you gotta do. So everyone starts
Come on, that
somewhere.
was good, right?
It was good.
Right.
You gotta suck dick at the bottom of the ladder to go up to the next rung.
Still good. You still need to be scared because I got something in there. He's gonna come up to you and ask you how open your open relationship is.
I think it just closed.
Fuck you! This is She's got vaginismus now, you fucking asshole.
Where are we?
Kidding, Keith. The best.
Yeah.
All right, we read the Boahagaga line.
Yeah.
Yes, Scythe, and now you will die. Scythe just gave loose a fierce but cool smirk. He was holding that pent up and he had to loose it.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. Raja. Translation: haha. Seriously, written in parentheses.
Ha ha.
They both flew into each other in an explosion so big it could even be seen from space.
So Dragon Ball Z.
Ha-ha! On Earth, now Zyke knew exactly where to aim his space rifle. Except suddenly, the same shadowy void opened up, and the angel shooter, not destroyed, fell to his head. Because Zyke was still slowly turning good, he couldn't concentrate more on aiming and instead felt conflicted. Angel shitter? He says conflictedly. Also, when Dr. Jortificine says Zyke wasn't turning good anymore, she was lying because she was a puppet controlled by a bad guy. The end?
So I get it. He says angel shitter every time he's too conflicted to be able to use his power properly.
Preview.
I think that makes more sense than anything.
We have it next time on Angel Shooter.
Zythe and company are on cryogen. Only something huge will happen. Meanwhile, Zoe finally gives birth to Spencer's black daughter. Who are these people? Have we met these people? Somebody check your Rolodex for Zoe.
This next line.
The rap was actually beneficial because she got Babby. I believe a senator said that once.
Wow. Okay, so chapter 28. Next week, chapter 28 is called...
Has he ever actually kept any of his previews?
No. Catharsis. Katharcess. Catharsis.
Of course. How do you spell it?
Wow. All right. Thank you, mistress. So I think we'll wrap up the show with that. You guys, unless you guys had anything else you wanted to talk about.
No, ma'am.
All right. So you guys want to say goodnight?
No, ma'am.
All right. So we'll be back here next week. Once again, you can give us a call, 603-267-0521. Leave us a message for next week. You can find us online, facebook.com/untitlednonsense, twitter.com/UN_podcast, and we'll be right back here. See you then.